The children born to his parents before him all died shortly after birth, and thus he received the name Sukhi, sorrow, in the hope that it would pacify Yamaraj, the demigod of death. Krishna Das grew up, and being the only child, was cared for with great affection by his parents. They would tell him stories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. He was not interested in playing with other children, and would instead spend time reading Vedic texts. Krishna Das became a disciple of Hridoy Chaitanya, who was the disciple of Gauradas Pandit, a close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
I had the great fortune of serving Hridoy Chaitanya Prabhu, under whom I've been able to study the Vedic philosophy. With the mercy of the Lord, I have been able to serve such exalted Vaishnavas, some of whom have associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But still, I have the burning desire to visit the land of Raj, with the darling son of Yashoda, Shyama Sundara, who has the complexion of a rain cloud, had performed his earthly pastimes, along with his Gopa friends, the Gopis, and his beloved Srimati Radharani.
Krishna Das left for Vrindavan, and there served Jiva Goswami. He remained in correspondence with Hridoy Chaitanya, who instructed him to learn from Jiva Goswami.
My dearest Krishna Das, all glories to Gauranga. I hope that this letter reaches you in good health. I expect that you have reached the holy Dham of Vrindavan. Please seek out Jiva Goswami, who has had the greatest mercy of meeting Nityananda Prabhu. Serve him nicely and learn from him all the etiquette of being a Vaishnava. Whatever instructions he gives you are just as good as any instruction from me. Tadvidi panikatena hariprasena sevaya. The duty of a disciple is to not only hear from the spiritual master, but to also put those teachings into practice.
Under the guidance of Jiva Goswami, Krishna Das made rapid advancement in his path of Krishna consciousness. He became trained in the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and served Jiva Goswami, becoming very dear to him.
My dear Krishna Das, for these past few weeks, you have served so sincerely, not only me, but also the deities as well as my other students, Narottam and Srinivas.
My Guru, Hridoy Chaitanya, instructed me to learn from you and to put those teachings into practice. I have developed the desire to continue learning, but to also go and perform service for Radha and Krishna, the divine couple.
Here in Vrindavan is a place known as Kalpa Kunj Kutir. There, every evening, Radha and Krishna meet and perform their Rasa Leela. You should go every day and clean the kunj. This will be a special service to Radha and Krishna.
Even though it has been a millennia since they appeared to living entities on this planet, Kalpa Kunj Kutir is an eternal dham, and the pastimes that take place there are also eternal. These pastimes cannot be perceived by conditioned souls, who are influenced by the illusory energy. Krishna Das immediately took the order of Jiva Goswami, and every morning he would travel to the Kunj to clean and worship it, singing the glories of his lordships.
What is this anklet doing here? Its effulgence illuminates this entire kunj. Its brightness overshadows the glittering of a golden mirror. It seems as though the sun has personally appeared here. This cannot be any ordinary ornament. Such jewelry can only belong to Srimati Radharani, the daughter of Rishabhani. The touch of whose lotus feet have made this no ordinary material object. It can only be due to her mercy that have happened upon this anklet.
Upon touching the anklet to his heart, Krishna Dasa was overwhelmed by transcendental ecstasy.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu writes, "Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up And when will the hairs on my body stand and end at the recitation of your name? How is it that such a fallen soul like myself has been able to experience such symptoms of ecstasy just by the touch of a single ornament? How is it that my Lord Krishna and his consort Sri Radhika were so close and have now gone away? O Vrindavaneshwari, O Govinda, O Kishori, O Madhusudana, where have you gone? Where have you gone? This anklet is too precious to leave out in the open. I must hide it immediately.
Krishna Das continued sweeping the kunj, all of the while desiring to come as close to Radha and Krishna as he had with the touch of the anklet. Meanwhile, Srimati Radharani, after returning to her home, realized that she had lost her anklet.
Oh, just see, my ankle bell is missing. It must have fallen last night during my rasa dance with my Madhava. His beauty charms even cured himself. So there is no surprise that I did not notice this earlier. Oh, Lalita!
Oh, Radhe, what has happened?
My ankle bell is missing. Please go look for it. It is missing. Conceal your identity by disguising yourself as an elderly maidservant.
I will go now. It shouldn't be too difficult to find. Its effulgence will be visible from afar. My dear sir, my daughter-in-law came to the Yamuna to fetch water last night, and due to her carelessness, one of her precious golden ankle bells fell from her foot into this pond. By any chance, have you found it? If you have, please return it to me, and I will gladly reward you.
Oh, Thakurani, I have no desire for any material rewards that you can offer me. And I do not think that this anklet belongs to you. Who are you, and where do you come from?
My name is Radhastami, and I come from a local Brahmin family.
Oh, Thakurani, my name is Krishna Das, and every day I come here to clean this kunj. Just this morning, I found an anklet, and it must belong to Sri Radha, because the moment I touched it, I felt as if I was falling deep into the ocean of love of God, and my heart swelled with ecstatic love. No ordinary ankle bell could induce such feelings. Now listen, this anklet surely belongs to Sri Radha, but if you insist that it belongs to you, I will certainly return it. But first, take me to your village and show me the girl who you say lost it, and I will measure it against her feet. Oh, Thakurani, I cannot give this to you until I know that it's really yours. I must know your true identity.
I can reveal myself to you, but it will be too much for you to bear.
What? What do you mean? Then how can I know that this anklet belongs to your daughter-in-law?
Sri Lalita Devi revealed her divine form to Krishna Das, who once again became overwhelmed by ecstasy.
I will no longer conceal my identity. This anklet does indeed belong to Srimati Radharani, the Queen of Vrindavan, and I'm her Sakhi, Lalita Devi. She has sent me here to find the anklet, so if you have it, please return it to me, so I may return it.
Krishna Das bowed before her with tears in his eyes, and was unable to speak a word. Srimati Radharani, witnessing this event, entered the scene.
Krishna Das, you have extremely pleased me with your service. Please ask for any benediction you desire from me.
Oh, Radhe, your face is more splendid than the rising moon. You are Madana Mohana Mohini, the one who enchants the enchanter of Cupid. And I have no other desire than to be engaged in your eternal service.
Krishna Das, you will achieve this service, but not in this body. For the remainder of this life, you must stay with Jiva Goswami and go on tasting the essence of Rasa Leela.
At the end of your life, you will attain the lotus feet of Sri Radhika. Now, accept the eternal mantra of Radha and Krishna. Whenever you chant this mantra, you will always be able to see their lordships.
I've received the greatest fortune of seeing Sri Radhika and his Sakhi Lalita Devi. I will certainly return your anklet.
May the touch of Radha's lotus feet always rest upon your forehead.
Krishnadas, I am known as Shama, and you have brought me Ananda, pure bliss. Therefore, from this day on, you will no longer be called Dukhi Krishnadas, but instead Shamananda.
Shamananda, as he was now known, received a permanent tilak mark on his forehead, where Lalita had placed the anklet. Thereafter, Srimati Radharani and Sri Lalita disappeared from the Kunj.
Having received the direct mercy of the lotus feet of Radha, I'm extremely fortunate, and I pray that I will one day see my lordships again and be able to serve them eternally.
Krishnadas, what has happened to you? Why have you been here for so long? What has kept you?
My spiritual master, I've had the great fortune of the direct mercy of Sri Radhika. I simply found her anklet, and in return, she gave me the greatest benediction, being able to serve her eternally at the end of my life. Just see the mercy of Sri Radha, whose complexion is of that of molten gold, and before whom 1,000,000 full and brilliant moons wane. It is only by her mercy and the mercy of you, the spiritual master, that I have been able to even enter the Kunj, what to speak of receiving the name Shamananda.
The Chaitanya Charitamrita states that those who claim to be Krishna's devotees directly are not really his devotees. Rather, those who are the devotees of his devotees, he considers to be his greatest devotee. Shamananda, those who wish to return to Krishna must first have the approval of the ever-merciful Srimati Radharani. You have certainly got this approval.
As finite souls, we cannot even aspire to love and serve Krishna as perfectly as she does, and our perfection lies in assisting her in her loving service to Krishna. Bestowed with the mercy of Srimati Radharani, later in his lifetime, Shamananda went on to spread Krishna consciousness in the state of Orissa. Krishna says to Arjuna, O Partha, in all the three planetary systems, this earth is especially fortunate, for on earth is the town of Vrindavan, and there the gopis are especially glorious, because among them is my Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani ki! Radhastami ki!